Hello and welcome once again back to the Salty Barrel Podcast. I am your host, as always, Normal.
And as always, I'm the co-host, the one and only, aka Peachman. You know, I'm always here.
The intro's shittier than usual, but let's just go with it.
Look, it's because it's been like 4 weeks since we've done this, and it's kind of awkward. I also, obviously, quite late. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, we're kind of late to this stuff. And
I wish you all a Happy New Year's and Merry Christmas.
Yeah. And I'm kind of the reason why I'm not gonna lie, I got fucking lazy. So, but that don't matter because right now, what are we talking about?
So starting off with 2024, the new year, a lot of weird stuff has happened.
Yeah.
A lot of alien talk. And
a lot of Florida men.
What's weird is our last episode, we started Alien Talk Part 1.
Or, something, alien stories.
And I already had planned in my mind some of the stories that we were going to do this episode. But once these weird alien stories started happening, like the mall incident we're going to get into.
Right.
It's almost like the universe just dropped these stories into my lap.
Like our basket.
Because originally I only had 2 story ideas that I had planned for part 2, and I was thinking we need a few more to spice it up because the last episode we had 3 stories.
Yeah, plus the last episode we gave up on the last story.
Now we didn't give it up.
It was about alien sex. Come on, are you serious? We definitely...
Okay, yeah, it was pretty much alien porn.
Yeah.
But we are definitely not going to have alien porn in this episode.
Right. So what's going to be our story? Is it like, are we saving the big one for last, the Miami stuff?
Well, I wouldn't consider that to be the best story.
Okay.
In fact, it's probably the most bullshit.
Okay. All right. Let me. The most modern story, the most up to date.
Well, we're gonna start off with the Miami story, and then we're gonna end with a more classic to the UFO lore story.
Right. All right.
So aliens went shopping these past few weeks.
Okay, so if we're starting with the mall thing now, I just want to ask. So you think it's bullshit, right?
Oh no, we're gonna have this argument.
No, don't worry. I'm not gonna argue yet because I kind of agree. But for the sake of entertainment, I'm gonna say that it's real. But I do want to ask, do you have any theories? Because I already told you my theory earlier about terrorism. So do you have any of yours?
Okay, now I have a crazier theory.
All right.
But I'll get into it later.
So we're saving it later.
Well, some things will... Well, okay, not later in the episode, but I mean later as in by the end of talking about this particular story.
Okay, so we're doing this story first.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason why we're doing this story first is because it's the first story that happened this year.
Right.
Or at least one of the main ones.
All right. So take it away.
So January 1st. not 6.
Wait, it actually happened on January 1st?
Yeah.
Oh,
the first freaking day.
I thought it was legit just during okay, shit. All right.
It's crazy.
Damn.
The aliens really know how to celebrate the new year. But anyways, for those of you who don't know,
fucking midnight strikes, nuclear bomb is dropped on the mall.
January 1st. I'm pretty sure it's January 1st, the date.
Do I have to Google it?
Just fucking Google it.
Oh my god. Just go.
Just make sure.
All right, but
There was some incident that happened at the Miami Mall where the official story goes like this. So some kids were either carrying on getting in a fight or shooting fireworks. Blah, blah, blah. I guess some people thought it was gunshots. And police were called.
basically,
But the number of police was pretty huge. I think it was over 60 police officers.
It was somewhere around like maybe 40 to 60 police officers.
40 to 60.
Yeah, around there.
But anyways, it was a lot of police officers. But I guess it's a little bit understandable if they thought that there were gunshots.
I just want to clarify before we continue. I was trying to Google it, and I was trying to look up Miami Mall incident. I looked up mall incident. And it showed me some other incident, something else. Anyway, I apologize for that.
And after this incident, some people on TikTok or wherever, I guess some people on Twitter.
Oh, by the way, to clarify, it was Tuesday, January 9th.
Oh, it was January 9th. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so January 9th, a bunch of teenagers supposedly were carrying on at the mall, shooting fireworks.
Well, I'm also on the website. It says it was around 50 teenagers, which
50 teenagers, okay.
which resulted in multiple arrests. Oh, what do you know this? I got the article right here.
That's probably how it happened, but
yeah.
Well, I guess if it's 50 teenagers and people thought there were gunshots, then I guess that makes sense why there would be a bunch of police. However,
yeah,
the wisdom of TikTok does not lie.
Bullshit, boy.
Hey, now you're the one that's supposed to be defending the alien.
I mean, of course, the black man was right all along. There's no black people in Miami. What the fuck's a Foot Locker?
Maybe that's why the aliens were there to figure it out.
It's a secret code word for gin.
So the official story, 50 teenagers carrying on at the mall, blah, blah, blah.
Around,
People thought it was gunshots, so they called the police. Now, the people of TikTok and the internet, a bunch of people were claiming, no, that's not the reason why the police were called, or that's not actually what happened. Some people were claiming that at the mall there were these very tall,
around
demonic
8-foot people,
around 8 or 10 feet,
right,
tall, like shadowy, interdimensional alien demon things.
Now I'm gonna get canceled for saying this. People are gonna really hate me this. So people said there was some 8 to 10 foot man or men. It's the ghost of Kobe. I'm sorry. I don't even watch basketball. Was he black?
Well, they said that these beings were black. Not like black as in black people, but just shadowy.
Yeah, so black.
Yeah.
So dark, pretty much. All right.
Now,
I want to point out that they're like the same color. Black people are black. Dark, shadowy is black. Just say black.
I'm starting to regret actually making this the first story. Like, should we even bring this up? I mean, I get that it's a popular story. But
look, the reason why we're bringing it up is we want to see if the CIA is going to kidnap us and pay us to not say anything.
Speaking of that, though,
Yeah, go ahead.
One of the first people to claim to have been a witness to the aliens, or whatever they were.
The figures, yeah.
You know, he told a story, blah, blah, blah.
Great way to sum it up. It was a story about him and his wife were in a Foot Locker or something with his kids, I think.
And he said, I quote, "Fat kids ran."
No,
fat chicks ran.
It was fat chicks.
Yeah. Which isn't something fat chicks usually do.
Now, I want to point out, as a fat male myself, we can run a pretty decent, good distance.
Yeah, but that's because you're a male, not a chick.
But we do run out. We do run out of stamina. For a fat chick, you gotta be. There's got to be like a donut somewhere. That, or she saw like another person as like, oh, my future husband or something, and you know, he'll pay. She's running from the tab at the restaurant right next to the Foot Locker. She couldn't afford the pay, so she done and dashed. So basically, the Brady Bunch were running around.
To basically sum it up, he said he saw these 8 or 10 foot tall beings that were like teleporting or something.
Yeah, aka black people.
And everyone was running. But I think it was the next day or a few days after, he made a video saying that he just made the whole thing up.
Yeah.
And some people think he's legit in that he made it up. And some people are saying, no, the first video he was telling the truth. The second video, he's...
basically saying they paid him off. Or they tortured him or something. Like they frightened him some type of way of...
He probably made it up, but...
I mean, yeah, possibly.
Now here's my problem with this Miami story.
It's in Miami?
Besides that. With the stories of the people claiming that they saw the aliens there...
Yeah.
I'm not sure which people came out first saying these stories. I'm not sure if that guy was the first person to mention aliens there, or if there were people like on Twitter or something that were just saying it and then he just hopped on the bandwagon. Or if there were some other videos before that guy.
Right.
Because there were some other videos around the same time as that guy, but I just don't know what the first video was or the first comment mentioning aliens at the mall.
Well, technically, the first video would be the police, right? Because...
Well, I mean, the first video of people claiming that the police story isn't the correct one. Obviously, the first video would be the one showing the police.
The live CNN news channel playing, or whatever the hell it was on. Now, I do have my own conspiracy, which, I mean, me and you both made up our own conspiracies, which I just want to straight up say, yeah, of course it's aliens. No, it's not aliens. I'm not going to defend that. There's no way it's aliens, but my theory is, and hear me out, there's a lot of political things going on in the world right now, like us possibly fighting China or Ukraine, Russia, whatever. What if... Hell, we're about to fight Texas, but
yeah.
And the worst part is I want to be on their side, but
Keep your mouth shut.
Of course, yeah. We're pretty far away. So what I was thinking is, what if there's actually a secret planned terrorist attack by a bunch of teenagers? I don't think the teenagers actually have anything to do with it, but what if it was there was secretly like a bomb in the building, and you know that's why things are going off, fireworks are going off. Maybe something like that was happening, and they tried to blame fireworks on the idea of this whole incident. How come there's no interviews with the teenagers too?
Yeah, and from what I've seen, there's not much footage of the teenagers. There's also not even really any footage from inside the mall to verify anything.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm saying, like, they tried to cover it up, but the people, the media, said aliens, so they decided to go along with it.
There was one video. Actually, there's several videos that claim to be footage from inside the mall showing the aliens. Most of them don't look real, but
Yeah.
there is one that looks the most real, and it's kind of grainy looking because it's supposed to be like one of the security guards trying to film the
But you always know when it comes to those old
on the computer.
Yeah. But you know when it comes to those old cameras, it's always so easy to probably Photoshop out and make it look realistic. I wouldn't know about that because I'm not a Photoshop master, as you can tell from the fucking thumbnails I made.
Yeah.
Alien peas on fans.
But so basically, in this one video, you see this somewhat grainy footage of what looks to be inside that particular mall, the Miami Mall.
Right.
It shows people running, but you can't really tell what they're running from. But
they're running from global warming. Like the one South Park episode.
They're running from themselves.
Yeah.
But anyways, there's this one part of the video where it shows, like, way in the corner where it almost looks like there's a flash of something.
Mm-hmm.
And some people described a portal.
A portal? Specifically...
Like besides the video, I mean, some people that claimed that they saw the real thing instead of what the police were saying.
Right.
Said they saw a portal open up.
Also, like you said, there's cameras in the mall, right?
Yeah, there should be like cameras everywhere.
Then where the fuck is all the other angles of the footage?
That's what everyone's mentioning. Why don't they show the footage?
I'm just saying, you could see me take a stick of butter from like a fucking grocery store or anywhere, but you can't see a giant 8 to 10 foot black alien. Seeing black things is your specialty.
Just think of how racist this story sounds. An 8 to 10 foot black alien at Foot Locker.
I had to specify the words, just like, people are like, yeah, 8 to 10 foot black alien. I'm like, an 8 to 10 foot black alien. To specify, we're not racist.
There was also one story of a guy that was there, supposedly. He says he was there. And
I was there too.
He had a family member with him, like a brother or a cousin, a younger brother or cousin, who was autistic, and his autistic brother or whoever was really scared because they saw something, but because the way his little brother would act when he was scared, he would always say, "Blanky," like he would just point at something.
Blanky?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean...
The kid's autistic, okay?
Now, I'm not blaming him because he's autistic. I remember when I was a kid, I said stupid things, but how would that describe an 8 to 10 foot black alien? I remember when I remember when
the older brother...
Yeah.
This episode's really screwed up.
I know. I just want to say, look, because when I was a kid, me and my brother used to watch Dragon Ball Z and all that shit. And every time when I asked my brother something when I was a little baby, I didn't know what I was saying. He's like, "Well, what do you want?" And I said, "I want pickle." I was talking about Piccolo. And
Delicious.
My brother brought out a pickle for me.
Delicious.
Delicious.
So the older brother, hearing his younger brother say "blanky" or "I'm scared" or something,
Black man.
He turns over and looks to see this weird-looking creature, and notices the other people running. Basically, the same thing as every other story.
Oh, Dave Chappelle. My apologies. But yeah.
Now, there's one weird detail that some of these stories have in common.
They're both black?
Besides that,
Okay, I'll stop with that. But yeah, what is it?
a lot of them describe the creatures
Right.
as looking like they're glitching.
So
Almost like they're fading in and out, or maybe like they're not real.
are you trying to say like they Star Trek teleported?
Well, that's one theory,
Hmm.
but try to pick up on a subtle thing I'm getting across.
So when you mean
Or
like
theory.
glitching, do you mean like a classic Game Boy game with the glitch little everywhere, or are you talking about like they're blinking in and out?
Like blinking in and out.
Weird. Do they eventually disappear after that?
I don't know if they well,
Got him.
well, I guess they had have disappeared because people aren't seeing them at the mall anymore.
Right, but if it was like a whole teleport thing, wouldn't it literally be they teleport or disappear right in front of the pedestrians watching? The the witnesses. Now I know black people can disappear before like shawty, but it's maybe it's just a magician.
What if somehow this was a huge elaborate prank?
Yeah, that too. There's no pranks.
Now
in
try to
mine.
think of something else that glitches.
Lights.
You're getting closer. Lights that can look like something.
Holograms?
Yeah, you got it.
But we don't have that kind of technology.
Yeah, we do. Our
Right.
government does.
Why would the government? So you're telling me the government would send 60 plus police officers to their own little prank?
No. Hold on. I'm not saying the police created a hologram.
I know, but
Okay, let's just say.
so you're saying the government just made holograms just to fuck with us?
Yeah.
Why? Little Timmy's gonna find this one funny as hell.
Well, now hold on. This doesn't sound crazy at all. You know why?
How?
Because a few years ago, scientists conducted experiments. I don't know where exactly, but they created a fake holographic moon in the sky, and you couldn't tell the difference.
Now I want to point out: are you sure that was not a optical illusion?
Yes, I'm sure it wasn't an optical illusion. It was
Okay.
a hologram.
All right. So they didn't just shoot a projector in the sky. Because if you think about it,
I'm not exactly sure how this holographic technology works that they've been using.
because I feel like if you shoot like some type of projectile holographic image from super far away, the moon already looks 2D when you look at it from far away. So I feel like that could be easy to pull up. What if it's just the fucking moon in general? What do you? Unless they
No, we know it wasn't the moon because this was part of the experiment. They had there was the real moon and they had a fake moon near it.
Okay.
They projected fake planets in the sky.
So the moon found a girlfriend. All right. So
Princess Yue.
slow down, baby.
And there was also something that happened in a city. It might have been New York City. I don't know. Where there was some holographic display done. It showed this big portal-looking thing and something coming out
So when you say portal,
Now it definitely looked fake. Like you could tell it was weird. Like you could tell it looked similar to like a CGI type of thing.
right?
You know what I mean?
Like Lana Law CGI.
But it was 3D. It was
Right.
holographic. You could like walk around it.
Now I just want to say, when you mean portal, was it like a wormhole?
Yeah, it sort of looked like a wormhole where there was like a monster coming out of it. Like, rah. I should show you a video on it.
What if it's like this? This is aliens. And it turns out all those black holes we see in space aren't actually black holes. They're like wormholes to dimensions of aliens. Aliens don't exist in our universe or our dimension. That's why the portals are there, and then they come to it, like Monsters Inc. Horrible reference, but it's a doorway to hell.
There's a hole.
In my life. Yeah. So you said you had your theory, right?
Well, that's one theory.
Oh,
But there's more to that theory,
okay.
which I could get into soon. But before we get into more of that theory, let's just go back to the alien idea.
Aliens are just, it's just like a jar of, it turns out alien dimensions are just like a jar of tea.
There was also this other guy
Yeah.
who claimed that he had footage of the 10-foot tall being.
Right.
And I know you haven't seen the footage, but
Obviously.
I have.
I have another off conspiracy, but I'll let you finish.
And in the footage, it definitely looks like it definitely shows that he was at the event. The event. He was definitely at the mall,
The incident, yeah.
but he was like outside the front of the mall. That's the first video that he showed. It showed the cop cars, all that stuff. But there's a certain angle that he points to camera where it shows some shadowy looking thing walking.
Yeah, not a black guy, yeah.
It's pretty tall. There's
Was that the video you were showing me in Brazil?
No, not that one.
Okay.
We'll get to the Brazil thing
All right.
after this. Now, I guess it could have been CGI, but it would be interesting to see what you think when you see it.
Okay, which I will obviously won't see it at this moment, but
It looked like the most real video I've seen so far
Mm,
for the mall incident.
okay. Because there's a lot of real videos, like fake videos out there that look realistic. Because AI is getting very real with some stuff.
Yeah.
Hell, what if it turns out all the people were just photoshopping this shit in? Like, what if that was AI stuff from every single person trying to make their story look
Wait,
real?
aren't you supposed to be defending the alien thing?
What if?
You haven't even seen the video.
What if all black people are aliens and that's so they're the real?
Okay, down, Fido. Enough with the racism.
I don't know why. I just woke up today. I'm like, I'm feeling racist today.
Imagine the aliens woke up and they're like, I'm feeling shopping today.
The aliens came to our planet because they saw Teen Titans, Tamarine and Starfire. They're like, oh, I gotta give me some of that, and they had to come over. So here's my other theory, which has to still do with hiding. What if this is just one big cover-up so people can try to forget about the Epstein list?
Yeah, I've heard about that too.
Right. Because maybe, it might be even a fake list on it. We don't know if the Epstein list is real or not.
I honestly don't even really care.
Yeah, me either.
But that's one theory people have, that this whole Miami story was just a distraction away from
No. They're real.
Epstein list story.
So
About all these rich people going to Epstein Island, blah, blah, blah.
So I have one final theory. So have you noticed that the aliens incidents have been coming a lot more recently? And you've been noticing, like, a lot of people have been talking about around the early 2000s, like, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Now, what came out during? I mean, technically it was the 90s. What came out around late 90s, early 2000s? SpongeBob. SpongeBob came out of the early 90s, and these aliens have been popping up a lot more recently. Rest in peace, Steven Spielberg. And you notice it's the year 2024. They're coming up even more. Like, this is getting like real serious. I feel like they're gonna actually eventually show themselves on 2025. So you could tell the aliens watched the boating episode of SpongeBob. They're like, you know what's better than 24? 25. And then, bam, invasion.
Sadly, you're probably right.
You know what's better than 24? Invasion.
You know what's better than invasion?
What?
25.
25. Make me fat ass.
Make me fat ass.
You know what's better than 25? Nothing. Nothing's better than 25.
2035.
35. What's better than 35? 45.
65.
You know what's better than
55.
You know what's better than 55? 5. It's all coming together. 5. Also, that just must as well be the whole fucking episode.
But I'm gonna sum up the Miami Mall incident as
A hoax?
yeah, probably just a hoax.
Yeah.
I mean, not the incident itself. I mean, like the alien story.
Yeah.
Probably
The
just
teenagers
those.
were still probably doing their thing. And also, leave kids alone nowadays. Like, I get kids are toxic little gremlins.
Oh, also, there's actually one other thing that's weird about the Miami incident.
Yeah.
Is that remember how the official story is that a bunch of teenagers were doing whatever at the mall?
Yeah.
Well, apparently last year in January,
Yeah.
the same exact event happened.
January 6th?
I don't know if it was exactly January 6th or 7th or whatever day it was.
Well, either way, a lot of
Or
things.
9th.
I've noticed a lot of things have been happening in January this year, like every year.
And some people actually went to the mall to try to interview some people. And they asked the security guards about this incident. And apparently some of the security guards have said, this is really weird because almost every year so far, the same exact event keeps reoccurring in January.
Like the same exact event, or is it like
almost exactly the same.
Okay.
Like it's an infinite loop that keeps repeating.
Every race is attacking Miami. What if Miami is the first state to be invaded?
Then God help us all.
I meant Florida is the first state to be invaded. Miami is the city. Shut the fuck up. Miami, the first continent to be invaded.
Epstein Island.
Miami, the first world to be invaded.
Okay, but I guess we can just... No, wait, actually, I still have
why,
one more
Is that
thing.
why the Texas is trying to fight the United States? Because they're trying to get away from the aliens?
Probably.
Okay.
But getting into the hologram theory...
Florida's been drinking too much Bud Light.
Yep,
Okay.
probably.
Oh, shut up. Go ahead.
But the reason I was bringing up the hologram theory
Yeah.
is because, one, some of the descriptions can sound a bit like a hologram.
Right.
And two, there's a popular conspiracy theory about aliens, that aliens are not real, but the government actually wants us to think aliens are real.
Is that like a scare tactic? Like aliens are real and we're the only ones that can save them, so you better listen to us?
No, I said the opposite. I said This conspiracy theory is that aliens are not real,
Oh yeah, but
the government.
I know, but the government is pretending, like trying to make it look like they're real, and that's why they're saying, "Oh, they might be real. Just remember, we're the only ones that can protect you from them. So trust the government."
Yeah, something like that.
Don't trust the government.
It's called Project Bluebeam. And they're slow, and the reason why there's more and more alien stories coming out every year is because eventually they're preparing for a fake alien invasion.
So you're saying is I might get just a bunch of CIA members dressing up in costumes? So you're saying is I get to have some shooting. It's Second Amendment. I just want to say, what would George Washington think of all this?
We never should have left England.
Yeah. George Washington comes back. Great Scott. What timeline is this, and where am I?
Man, wait. Why is he saying Great Scott?
I don't know. I'm thinking of Doc for fact. I don't know whatever the fuck they say back then. It's like, where am I? What is this place? You're in Colorado. He's like, oh god.
Now, actually, think about it.
Yeah.
The CIA has done the craziest things imaginable as experiments.
True.
We're living in a time period where we can make anything look real.
I mean, are we already producing meat? Like,
what does that have to do with anything?
No, you're saying anything that looks real. Don't forget, we're creating things too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, does that mean the government create things that are like alive and not real? Because they're cloning. You know, they clone animals too. They already remade dinosaurs.
When?
About a year ago.
Where? Give me the example.
Epstein Island. No, there was some scientific research. That's a topic for another time.
Scientifical?
There was some research. There was some science stuff about bringing. They found some DNA from an old fossil that they were surprised and they were able to bring back something.
I'm pretty sure they didn't bring back a dinosaur.
Listen. My dad's a boomer and he knows everything.
What? Look, this might sound kind of messed up, but I think you need to stop listening to your dad.
Bro, really on the podcast? He's always right.
Now, I get they sort of found some weird stuff with dinosaur bones. I think you might be mixing up a story.
This is not about
with the dinosaur bones.
This is not about dinosaurs. Yeah.
So basically, there's this one guy.
Yeah. There's this one guy. I'm just saying the reason they probably could have brought back dinosaurs any times, but sometimes it's just like, no, if we bring back dinosaurs, that would be bad.
So there's this one guy. They call him Dinosaur Chicken Man. I'm not even kidding. That's what people call him. He has this.
Look, we're making dinosaurs.
He has this ambitious goal to create a dinosaur from a chicken.
I think I heard something like that.
Where he wants to have a chicken like as an embryo, and mutate it.
But is he really?
Like, he wants to turn off some of the genes and like manipulate it that way to make it look more like a dinosaur.
I just want to point out, one, this has something to do with aliens, but two, is his name actually like Professor? Like,
no, it's not like Professor Dinosaur Man. It's like
I just imagine.
It's his nickname.
What's your name and status here? I am Dr. Professor Chicken Dinosaur.
Dr. Professor Steve Harvey Martin.
Just Dr. Professor, co-founder, Dinosaur Chicken Man. The third from ISIS.
Look, don't make fun of him. He likes his chicken nuggets.
You can't blame him.
Yeah.
So what if we actually made aliens?
Well, then they wouldn't be aliens.
I mean, think about it. We're already kind of in the age of cloning. What if we found some weird alien DNA and made our own? At Area 51. I'm just trying to bring back the topic.
Right, aliens.
Yeah.
Unless we talk about alien dinosaurs.
No.
Okay, no, just aliens.
Honestly, I think
I'm gonna move away from the Miami incident. It's probably fake.
let's be honest. I think we just record long enough. Like, beyond that was a 40-minute talk.
So there's this other incident
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah.
in Brazil, of all places.
Okay.
The most exotic place of them all.
It's not that exotic, but I think Brazil is a nice place, actually.
Where supposedly these 10-foot aliens were up on some hill looking down at a, I think it was a village or something.
You know, I just
Or a
realized
town.
we're actually not that far from Brazil.
Yeah.
The joke was that we have a map, and I just pointed at Brazil. That's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
And some people are trying to make a connection to the Brazil incident and the Miami incident. Like, the aliens... Damn, I said I was going to move away from the Miami incident.
If
but
it's related, just go ahead.
people were trying to make a connection and say, well, maybe the aliens teleported to Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil.
Because Brazil's not that far from here.
I mean, I guess realistically it's not, but yeah. All we gotta do is just get to Mexico and jump. According to the map, at least, but So yeah, this is the footage you actually did show me about them filming actually a couple aliens from far away, and they literally did look very humanoid, and they were moving. It was definitely not CGI. It was either costumes, which would make sense. Who would do that in that bright day in Brazil? So it was definitely some sort of creature. Unless Bigfoot is around this time of year and he's feeling nice, I don't know what it is.
Now, apparently, and I haven't looked into this too much, but apparently there has been some basketball player that has come out and said that he was the alien up on that hill. Like, he was...
I mean, that would get their attention. Why does it always go back to black people?
Actually, I don't think he was black. I think he was a white guy.
Larry Bird? I don't know. I know very few basketball players.
But looking at the footage, if you look closely, the being and the guy that claimed to be up there don't seem to look that much alike.
I mean, a costume, it could still fool somebody.
Now, sure, maybe he was in a costume, but the way he tells his story is that it seems like it was just an accident. Like, he didn't dress up in a costume at all.
Yeah.
Oh, and he just decided to go rock climbing.
So you're saying this is all fake? I was actually gonna try to defend this topic and say it's real, because furries dress up all the time and they look like dogs. They're practically an animal.
And if you notice in the video, there were two beings.
No, it was like three. It was actually three.
Well, yeah, three. Two up on top of the hill, and then they show a third one walking down.
Right.
It's a skinwalker.
I mean, no, that could be a theory itself too. Skinwalkers in the day.
We'll definitely get around to that.
Right. But don't skinwalkers like scream or something? Like, isn't there like some rule of skinwalkers? Hell, this might not even be aliens. This could be another creature of mythical mythology.
Actually, ironically, is the whole thing about skinwalkers is that they have to break as many rules as possible to become a skinwalker.
That is true. I mean, it's the only way to make Skinwalker Ranch air for 5 seasons.
You literally have to have sex with a family member to become a skinwalker.
Got it done. All right, let's go. I'm joking.
Like, you have to... Wait, why are we talking about skinwalkers?
They're aliens.
Right.
They're aliens.
Right.
Yeah.
Skinwalker Ranch, wink, wink. Why are there UFOs around skinwalkers?
I was about to say, that is technically true. It is. They are technically aliens, according to the shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a type of alien. It's what if it's like those are alien kids that are supposed to be released into the world to survive as a trial, like Predator, but a lot dumber, and not for hunting and for sport. It's like a trial.
Yeah.
Like that one show we were going to make called Team Orbit about a bunch of alien.
We're still making that.
We're working on it.
It's a work in slow progress.
Yeah.
Now we're just going to move on to one more mini story, and then we're going to get into the main story.
Dude, it's already been like almost an hour.
We can go further.
Can't we just make this a free-parter for more clout?
No, we can't just make this part a video. It's too boring.
Fine.
So the last little mini thing that was in the news this year is the jellyfish UFO.
Right, yeah. You also showed me that. Now I remember.
Which
plays jellyfish jam.
Which was somewhere in one of those Middle Eastern countries.
Yeah.
Sort of looked like a transformer.
It looked specifically more like DC's Brainiac ship, if I'm being honest.
Some people tried to say, well, maybe it's balloons. It doesn't really look like balloons to me, though.
It's just one really big tumbleweed.
And it even looks like it's trying to turn invisible at certain parts.
I mean, yeah, but are you sure? I don't know. That might just be the thermal vision, though. I'm not a military expert. I'm just a dentist. So.
You're not a military expert, but you love camo. And your dad's in the military.
For those
or was in the military.
For those that are unaware, I am a camo wearing freak. I always wear camo. I used to wear wool.
You still do wear wool. It's called your hair.
I mean, no, I technically, yeah, whatever. So, what if that was secretly? Now, hear me out. I know this is a movie preference, but what if that ship contacted E.T. go home, and he was going home, and he was in Iraq for some reason, or Middle? What was it? Europe?
I think it was Iraq or Iran or something.
Yeah.
One of those Middle Eastern countries.
I find it funny. We have a map, but we never use it.
We really should.
It was in Arkansas.
Where's Area 51?
That would be... Oh.
New Mexico.
I thought it was... Oh, yeah, I guess it was New Mexico. So what is your main story? Because the jellyfish thing, obviously, it did look. The footage was shown from what was an AC-130 or some type of aircraft, shown in thermal, and it was following it for a while, and it was able to get some pretty good realistic shots of it, like pretty close. You can definitely tell it wasn't exactly photoshopped, and there was no fire coming out of it. It looks like it was practically hovering or gliding across the area. Almost like a jellyfish floating in the sea.
Oh, and apparently the Pentagon was asked about this footage, and they were like, we have no comment, or something like that.
Yes, so basically there's something. Turns out Santa was
when I
just
first
like
saw
that.
the video, I was just thinking, you know what this video is missing? This
What?
footage is missing.
What?
The jellyfish jam
Yeah,
music.
I just said that. Yeah, the I'll put that in the video. No, I'm joking.
Now, I know we've been talking some very stimulating intellectual perspectives for a while, but I
Yes.
think we're going to need to time out a bit, and we'll be back with the main story.
He's basically saying we need to jam it out the jellyfish and process our or amateurs of scientific research due to the aliens' artificial intelligence of the Miamis,
Yeah.
the homicides
We'll be right back.
of glorious features. Okay, goodbye.
And we are back, ladies
Yep.
and gentlemen.
We took like a small 2-minute break. Kind of.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We were going for like maybe 20. Okay, it was a fucking hour.
It was like a solid 10,000 years.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. Yeah. It was like
So-
it was like a whole SpongeBob season.
Now is the moment you've been waiting for.
Future me, edit that in.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Tsh. Da 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 da. Di da di di da di di da di li da 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 di li da 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 di li da 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 da. Di da di li da di li di da. Di da di li di da di li 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 da di da di di da di di da. Preparing the Krabby Patty.
Anyway.
We're going to be talking about the final story of today's episode, the main story that
Right.
we've been building up to.
Right.
However, this is not a recent story. It's not like the government came out with new UFO information or some stupid thing happened at a mall.
To put it simply,
This is a classic story.
so what I'm understanding is it's not going to be as hype as people think. All right.
Actually, I think it'll be more interesting.
All right. Show me the story then.
So the name of this story is the Travis Walton Incident.
I thought you were going to say Travis Scott for a second.
Scotty.
Scotty.
Wait,
AJ?
didn't we make like a joke in the last episode, like Great Scotty or something like that?
No, I
Like
don't.
some Irish dad and his daughter.
Oh yeah, I think so. I don't know if. I mean, you did hear me say great. I don't know if I said it during the break or on the podcast, but I did say something like "Great Scott." Oh wait, yeah, it was George Washington saying that for some fucking reason.
Okay, so I'll try to do a better job at reading this time.
Please, we'll be here for days.
The Travis Walton Incident was an alleged alien abduction of American forest.
Wait, before we begin, I just want to say, obviously, this is like the last episode. We're reading off Wikipedia. Like, we did
Yeah.
not mention, so this is off Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So go redhead.
The Travis Walton Incident was an alleged alien abduction of American forestry worker Travis Walton. On November 5th, 1975, while he was part of a logging crew in the
Okay.
Apache... Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was like, are you talking to the microphone?
I said microwave, fuck.
Here we go. I'm getting bad
Apache
flashbacks
something
from-
National Forest near Heber, Arizona. Peachman's giving me that look.
Yeah.
On October 20th, 1975, the NBC network
All right.
I think Peachman's an alien.
I'm just gonna. So remember that last episode you said I should read?
Is this a part of a challenge?
Just to prove a point, I think I will.
Okay. You know what? Screw it.
Do you want me to start from the beginning?
No.
Or would you leave off?
There.
Is the word there, like at the beam of light?
Hold on, let me see.
Apologies, everyone.
We're probably going to have to make some cuts.
Maybe, yeah, probably. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to make some cuts.
You know, I'm just going to read.
Just give me the fucking phone.
On October 20th, 1975, the NBC network
You're not even talking into the microphone.
I'm sure they can hear me clearly.
Doubtful.
Now I gotta say it again.
1 hour later.
On October 20th, 1975, the NBC network aired a special made-for-TV movie about the alleged alien abduction of Barney Hill. The film
we're doing this.
depicted a motorist who walks into the woods towards an overhead light when he is illuminated by a beam of light. Within weeks of the broadcast, Walton was reported missing to law enforcement after having walked into the wood. Why are you giving me that look?
This is a repeat of last episode, remember? Why are you giving me that look?
The woods towards an overhead light, where he was illuminated by a beam of light. Wait, fuck.
That's 2 strikes. Come on.
Police organized multiple search parties to look for the missing man. After 5 days and 6 hours, shortly after midnight on November 12th, Walton called his sister from a payphone in Heber, where he claimed to have reappeared after the abduction.
You're on thin ice, buddy. You're on thin ice.
Yeah, well, you're on thin hair, buddy, anyway. Within days, Walton said his story... sold his story to tabloid, the National Enquirer, which published the account nationwide and awarded the crew a $1,000 prize. In 1978, Walton wrote a book about his purported abduction titled The Walton Experience, which was the Paranormal Experience, which was adapted into 1993 film Fire in the Sky. I actually seen that film, and it is not accurate to what the real story was very much at all.
Right.
Or the supposed real story.
So, comment now. Should I let him read, or should I put voice to text over?
You can interrupt me a little bit.
Okay.
Like a tiny bit, not too much. Walton's case received mainstream publicity, and Walton remains a regular guest on TV shows and podcasts. He actually had a interview with Joe Rogan. You probably haven't seen it, but...
Who's Joe Rogan?
You know who Joe Rogan is.
Yeah, I do.
The Walton incident is widely regarded as a hoax, even by believers of UFOs and alien abductions. They note that the Waltons were longtime UFO buffs and pranksters who had recently watched a TV movie about a supposed alien abduction. They suggest one motive for the hoax was to provide an act of God that would allow the logging crew to avoid a steep financial penalty from the Forestry Service for failing to complete their contract by deadline. So that's interesting.
Is that the whole story?
No, that's not the whole story. We've been through this before.
Okay. That's interesting.
Any comment about what you just heard?
So is Walton related to Walt Disney, or?
I'm just going to continue.
Okay, well, fine. I'll put in my analysis. Okay. So what I'm understanding is that these people are known for pulling jokes, pranksters about aliens, right? something around that.
That's what it seems like Wikipedia is making it come across, but I think I'd have to read that over again.
Because at that point, why even put it on the article?
Well, I don't know if it was proven that they actually did prankster type stuff before. Let me try to look over this again.
Which is
You can distract them while I'm reading.
distract. Yeah, not cut things out. Okay, fine, I'll distract. Or I'll just talk over. So basically, they were pranksters. Which, I mean, I don't know if that was common back then in the 70s, late 70s, early 70s, whatever the hell it was. Back with black and white TV or whatever. No. Black and white TV was like way back.
Okay, so the Walton incident is widely regarded as a hoax, even by believers of UFOs and alien abductions. They note that the Waltons were longtime UFO buffs and pranksters who had recently watched a TV movie about a supposed alien abduction. They suggest one motive for the hoax was to provide an active blah blah blah. Blah
Okay, so basically they got it from a movie.
This might be the case, but I want to be extra thorough about this because the way they're wording this.
Right. Interesting.
Like these people say that this is what the Waltons did. I don't know how much of this is confirmed, though.
I mean, this was a long time ago, so.
Yeah.
Wikipedia wasn't alive.
Like, if you ask Travis Walton or any of these people, have they watched an alien movie before this incident, I don't know what they would say. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Were aliens encounters even around that time?
Well, before this incident, there was another one that was famous.
Yeah.
Called the Betty and Barney Hill.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Definitely wasn't the government that took them, but
fuck government. The one with the don't make the racist joke.
But yeah, that's that. I'll try to look for the link to him actually telling his actual story. Background. Okay, this should be it.
At this point,
On what?
At this point, you might as well just link Wikipedia in the description.
I'm getting a little tired, but I'll try to get through this.
Right.
On November 5th, 1975, logging crew Chief Michael H. Rogers reported Travis Walton missing to the Navajo County Chief. Oh, sheriff, or whatever.
How do you mess those words up?
6 members of the logging crew claimed they were driving down a forest road when they saw a lighted object above the ground near the roadway. Mm-hmm. They reported their... Wait, hold on.
I'm just gonna say that's strike free.
They reported that Walton got out of the truck and ran toward the object, which shone a light on him. They said they drove away in fear, only to return 15 minutes later. to find both Walton and the light missing. At 7:45 p.m., a member of the logging crew called Officer L.C. Ellison Sheriff Marlin
Officer Balls.
Gillespie. This is a long fucking name.
Lesbian?
And Debooty Kenneth. Deputy, I mean.
The booty. The booty. I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine. There's like a arrest in like Texas or something. It's just like, yeah, they called the booty on me. He's gonna cuff me and get all the booties on me.
They drove to the. They drove to the Herbert to meet with.
They drove to the Hibbard. Down you
to
go,
meet with the
loopy.
loggers Rogers and 2 crew members.
The Rogers.
Agreed to return to Turkey Springs
Okay, that's a place. Don't worry, this
with
place.
the 3 officers. While the 3 other
Yeah.
While the 3 other crew members refused to return and instead drove home in Roger's vehicle, the 5 men searched Turkey Springs until shortly after midnight, when Sheriff Gillespie paused the search until the morning. Around 1:30 a.m., Navajo Country Deputy Sheriff Kenneth Copeland and Rogers visited Walton's mother. According to Copeland, when he informed her of the disappearance, she said, "Well, that's the way these things happen." Copeland said he was shocked by how calmly she took the news
You know that's
and
not
her general lack of surprise. Walton, his older brother Dory, and his mother were... Wait, hold on.
You know that's not a.
Jawan.
You know that's not a sink, right?
And his mother were described by the sheriff as longtime students of UFOs because Travis Walton's mother lived in a ranch house without telephone service. Rogers drove her into town. Hold on, I lost track.
That's strike 4.
So she could call Travis's brother Jawan and their sister while Copeland followed around 3 o'clock a.m. Walton's mother called her daughter walking. Her deputy Copeland was again shocked at how well Travis' family took the news. So it seems like they're not very worried about this.
Where does this take place?
Somewhere.
Oh, no, it was Turkey, right? Yeah, Turkey.
You want to read the rest?
You know what? I will.
Okay, here it is.
All right, so. All right, let's see what we got here.
That's not reading.
I'm trying to refine
One
where you were.
strike.
I'm trying to.
The top.
Oh, so this is a new page.
Yeah.
Let anybody know this is the Peach Man reading. I want to point out I'm dyslexic, so if I fail, it's offensive.
Well, maybe I'm dyslexic and I don't know.
The following day, and yes, I'm reading with commas, November 7th. A search party of nearly 50 people scouted.
What?
Scored the Turkey Springs area, but failed to find Travis or any signs of an altercation.
See, now you know how difficult.
No. You just gave me a bad page. Law enforcement were surprised when, after a few hours, Travis' mother told them, "I don't think there's any use of looking any further." What a horrible mother. He's not around here. I don't think he's on this earth, Sheriff Gisby. I can see what you mean now. What the we'll call him Gilsberg. so Sheriff we'll just say Sheriff Gisby then dismissed the volunteers. However, the following morning, November 8th, Rogers and what the fuck is his name? Duan?
See, I had trouble on that name too. I guess it's Jawan, because sometimes it's spelled with a D.
So Duan Watson
Or, I don't know.
complained in person about the discontinued search. As a result, the Sheriff Gisby, that's still a super name, assembled another search party which included a helicopter. Regional papers covered the story on November 8th, and that day, a member of a Phoenix-based UFO interest group recorded a 65-minute interview with logging crew chef Mike Rogers and Travis' older brother, Dewan, or whoever the fuck that is, Walton. At no point during the interview did either express any fear or concern for Travis, rather than express confidence that Travis would be returned. During the interview, Roger discussed the logging contracts, saying, "This contract we have seriously behind schedule. In fact, Monday the time is up. We haven't done any work on it since Wednesday because of this thing." So that's not how you say a sentence. And therefore it won't be done. I hope they take that into account. Forestry contract? What is that? You're reading that.
A forestry contract, for logging, that kind of stuff.
Never heard the word. After this section, I'll let you read. Okay, so forestry contracts include an act of God cause that excuses contractors who were delinquent due to unforeseeable circumstances. Yeah, I'm gonna finish the rest. During the interview, Duvon, or whoever the fuck that person is, Duvin, we'll say Duvin, revealed that he's Travis. Wait, hold on. Wait, what? During the interview, Duvon revealed that he's Travis.
What? What? That's a big strike.
Wait. That's literally what it says. During the interview, Duvon reveals that he's, Travis, That makes no sense.
Oh, wait. That's stupid. Where?
The phone just turned off. Okay, I'm going to let him read now. See, look at this part. This on the new paragraph. Just read during the interview.
During the interview, Dewan revealed that he, Travis, and their mother...
Okay, shut up. I read it wrong.
...were UFO buffs who had previously discussed that if they ever saw a UFO, they would immediately get directly under the object because the opportunity to go aboard a UFO would be too great to pass up. Dewan repeatedly insisted that Travis was not even missing. He knows where he's at, and I know where he's at. On November 9th, law enforcement continued the search for Travis until late afternoon, when Walton's mother again requested the search be halted. By November 10th. Stories of Walton's disappearance were being published throughout the U.S., UK, and Canada.
So is he faking or is he actually lost?
Only time will tell.
Okay.
Or not. On November 11th, the press reported that Travis's mother felt any further searching for Travis would be useless. Also on November 11th, Rogers and the 5 other members of the logging crew were interrogated by the Arizona Deputy of Public Safety.
The booty.
Polygraph examine. You know, the lie detector test.
Right.
C.E. Gilson to determine if the men had murdered Travis Walton. All of them denied having harmed Travis. They all denied harming Travis. Gilson opened that 5 out of the 6 men were being truthful and described results for the 6 men, Alan Dulce, as inexclusive.
Okay.
Walton returns. On November 12th, shortly after midnight, Walton placed... Actually, you want to read this?
You know, we just keep going back over. How much do we have of this left? Okay. So on November 12th, shortly after midnight, Walton placed a collect call to his sister's home from a payphone in Herbert, Arizona. Now they're in Arizona. I thought they were in Turkey. He reached her husband, Grant Nuff. What kind of name is that? So Grant Nuff, okay, who then drove to pick it up. To pick up Duvon or Duvy or whatever, and proceeds to Herbert to pick up Travis. Neff later reported he intentionally thought the caller was intoxicated, so he's drunk. As a part of the collection call procedures or Purdue, whatever, Travis told the operators his name. She recognized his name as that of a missing man and alerted Sheriff Gilberg, fucking whatever his name is, who dispatched the booty, according to a journal, a deputy to the family ranch house. So then Dapper. Now you got me fucking it up. Deputy. So Deputy Glenn Flake arrived at 2 a.m. where he witnessed Duvon Walton transferring fuel from one car to another after having forgotten to purchase gas before local station closed. Okay. Flake did not reveal that they knew Travis had returned home, and Duvon, we'll say Duvon, did not tell the deputy that Travis had been found. Seeking medical attention for Travis, Duvon reached out to a UFO researcher he met days ago prior. The researcher referred them to Dr. Lester Stewart, a hypnotherapist. Duvon took Travis to meet with Stewart, but his words were met that Travis needed a medical examination with lab tests and was not ready to hypnogression, whatever the fuck that means. Stewart noted that Travis seems very confused and reminiscent of drug addicts. Of drug addicts he treated. Stewart also noted that Travis has a small lesion. What? A lesion? I'm going to assume like that.
A small lesion.
A small lesion. On the inside crease on his right elbow. Seized on his right elbow. Consisted with who the fuck makes these words? Intravenous drug use. After meeting with Stewart, the Watsons returned to Duvon's home, where the UFO researcher arranged a house call by 2 medical doctors who were also amateur UFO investigators. Then what the fuck are they doing? When they arrived at 3 p.m., Duvon forbid them to use their cameras or tape recorders, nor would he allow them to ask Travis questions about his experience. The doctor noted on the presence of the apparent puncture mark and estimated it would be 24 to 48 hours old. So saying, like, he got harmed.
Yeah.
I'll read one more. Then you could take over. That day, stories of Travis returns has begun to spread, and press began calling Duvon's home in an attempt to reach Travis. Duvon finally informed law enforcement of Travis returns and calling Sheriff Gillespie, or whatever the fuck his name is, to insist on seeing Travis immediately. The sheriff drove the 4 hours into Glendale, wherever the hell that is, and arrived at 11 p.m. Duvon and Travis demand that the Sheriff Gillespie not record the interview. Gillespie, what the fuck am I saying? And then he can read the rest. After UFO. Like literally the top.
At the top here?
No. After a local UFO group.
Okay. After a local UFO group facilitated the connection, Duvon and Travis moved into a suite at the Sheridan Inn in Scottsdale. You want to read it?
Can we wrap this up, please?
Were covered by the National Enquirer in exchange for exclusive access to Walton and his story. On November 14th, Travis skipped a polygraph interview with police, but that night, in the presence of Enquirer reporters, a doctor associated with a UFO group had a 2-hour conversation with a hypnotized Travis about the incident. The following day, November 15th, Travis was interviewed by Jack McCarthy, a freelance polygraph examiner arranged by a UFO group, and the Enquirer. McCarthy concluded that Travis was engaged in a gross deception and had even been intentionally holding his breath in an attempt to beat the machine.
That takes some skill.
On November 22nd, Travis appeared on Phoenix television station Cool, where he...
Cool.
Look, read this.
Yeah. What do we got here? It's literally called Cool, Kool.
Where he was interviewed about the incident. Travis claimed that he lost consciousness when struck by a beam of light, and that he awoke in a hospital-like room being observed by 3 short, bald creatures. He says that he fought with them until a human wearing a helmet led Walton to another room where he blacked out as 3 other humans were put a clear plastic mask over his face. Walton has said that he remembers nothing else until he found himself walking along a highway 5 days later with the flying saucer departing above him.
So, if I'm right, that's the end of the article.
That's
Pretty much
it. But
I just want to point out we practically just read an article with no commentary, so let's put it in some opinions and we'll call it there.
okay, we're pretty much gonna end it soon.
Yeah, but yeah, we gotta put in our. We have to still put in our.
I want to add some details that aren't exactly mentioned clearly.
All right.
So, near the end of Walton's story, he sees two more humanoid-looking beings
Okay.
that sort of come in and comfort him. They're taller. They don't look creature-like. They just look like humans with blonde hair and blue eyes.
They just smell bad.
Yeah. Wearing like tight blue outfits.
They're wearing camo.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, first of all, I didn't even realize hypnotism was exactly in the 70s.
Yeah, it was. It's not like where they hypnotize you to act like a dog or something.
Yeah, I meant like
to get memories.
It's consensual, I guess. But I do have to say, what was I gonna say? Shit. So in the end, was it fake or was it real? Because it was said that they were very hoaxy about it.
Well, Wikipedia is biased.
I mean, that's a lot to go. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying nobody would pull that shit off, or they'd hide for like several days and shit. You know,
I don't know what happened.
because if you think about it, the part where it was like they don't want to be recorded or asked about the experience, but then as soon as they went on Cool, the show, they just let out everything. Almost as like he was making it up, and he just didn't have a script ready at the time.
There was also another interesting detail I heard about. That they detected radiation in the area.
Okay.
And apparently there was also a tree that was deformed after this alleged incident.
Okay.
So I don't know what to make of that.
So I guess the thing is that we're gonna get to is it real or is it fake?
I don't think we're gonna exactly get a clear conclusion on this.
I mean, yeah, but can we at least get a guess in? Like,
So you want to theorize or argue or
just a quick 1 to 2 minute debate of if you think it's real or is it fake. So what's your view?
really fake?
I'm just gonna say it's fake. Because at this point, radiation is pretty common, I guess.
Yeah, the school we went to probably had radiation.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say it's fake because
I'll just say it's fake too.
so much for the argument. Okay, fine. So that's pretty much it, I guess. We think the Miami Mall incident is fake and the Travis Watson incident is fake.
So much for Aliens Part 3.
Do we really need an Aliens Part 3?
Do Aliens Want Us Part 3?
If we get an alien in the chat right now, we'll do a Part 3.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that'll be it for you guys today.
That really dragged. But that's okay.
That was Alien Talk Part 2. We might do a Part 3, we might not. We're kind of lazy.
Yeah, plus it's literally just us reading articles. We barely put any commentary over this one at the end. So, but yeah, it was still interesting. I mean, it wasn't as fun as Part 1 with Mechalak and all that, but fucking the booty Gisby Duvan
Deputy.
yeah. But yeah, I think it's a good time to end it here. So
yeah, and as always, I like to say in all my episodes,
not all, but
good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Yep. All right. See you, everyone.